Okay, here we are at the finals of the Metro Detroit USBC Masters here at Woodhaven Bolorama. Final match between the defending champion, Andre Gonzales, and A.J. Wright, who led qualifying yesterday. Andre up on the left-hand lane, leaves a 6-pin. Both these bowlers bowl great all day. A.J. Wright came out of the loser's bracket. Nice cover by Andre. A.J. now up on the right-hand lane, lane 13 and 14 here at Woodhaven. As I said, A.J. bowling great all day. The last 3 games, he shot 8.07. Strike for A.J. Now A.J. up on the left-hand lane. And throws a strike. So Andre's now up on the right-hand lane, working on a spare. And he's down by 10 pins. Leaves the 3-9. These two bowlers are the only 2 left-handers in the finals, a 12-man final of the Metro Detroit USBC Masters, and now advanced to the final matches. This is a double elimination event. Andre Gonzales coming out of the winner's bracket has no losses. A.J. Rice has 1 loss. And that came to Andre Gonzales back in his first round. So A.J. has fought all the way through the loser's bracket from the beginning. He bowled 10 games in the loser's bracket in this 2-game double elimination format, 2 games total pins. Leaves a 10-pin Gonzales. Now down by 13 pins. Covers it easily. A.J. goes wide. Leaves a 3-pin. Covers it easily. A.J. Rice now has a 12-pin lead through 3 frames, both bowlers who completed 3 frames. Now up in the 4th, A.J. working on that spare. Leaves an 8-pin. Really good shot. It was almost a 6-8. That 6-6 pin slid right off the deck. Good cover by AJ. Andre now up on the right-hand lane, working on a spare. He's got 3 spares to start this game. And now he leaves a 7-pin. Still a 12-pin lead by AJ. Defending champion Andre Gonzales now up on lane 13 here at Woodhaven. Another 1-pin spare, leaves a 6-pin. Came up a little light. Now we got AJ right up on the right-hand lane, working on a spare with a 12-pin lead. Nice strike by AJ. Extends his lead to 13. Now AJ's up on the left-hand lane. Another strike by AJ extends his lead to 23 pins. Andre's got 5 spares in a row. AJ Rice has got 2 doubles and a couple of spares. Thus the lead of 23 pins by AJ Rice. In his first game of a 2-game total pins match. There's the first strike of the match for Andre Gonzales. Again, down by 23 pins. Gonzales now up on the left-hand lane. Comes light and leaves a 7-pin. Second 7-pin in this game. Easily covers it. In qualifying, A.J. Rice shot 14.32 for 6 games, easily distancing the second place qualifier Frank Snodgrass, who had 12.82. Another strike by A.J. Rice. Extends the lead to 33 pins. Now up on the left-hand lane. Into qualifying, A.J. Rice had the high game in 4 of the 6 games of the entire field. Pretty amazing. Kicks out that 7-pin for 4 strikes in a row now. AJ has a max score of 268, and Gonzales has a max score of 225. Gonzales up on that right-hand lane. And a strike for Andre. Gonzales now up on the left-hand lane here at Woodhaven Lanes. And throws a strike for a double, moving into the 10th frame, setting up the 10th. Once again, A.J. Rice working on 4 strikes in a row here in the first game of this 2-game total pins match. A strike by A.J. has a commanding 43-pin lead. Both men working on strikes, going to the 10th frame of this first game. Comes high, leaves the 4-6 split. Virtually impossible to make. He gets one of them. Finishes with a 234 game. Once again, Gonzales can strike out for 225 and really close this gap with a nice performance in the 10th frame. First one in the 10th for Gonzales. Gets a little kicker on that 10 pin for his second strike in the 10th frame. One more strike will put him within 9 pins of this first game, A.J. Rice. Once again, going into the 10th frame, both men were working on strikes. A.J. Rice had a 43-pin lead that is now withered down to a possible 9 pins. It's a 7-pin count for Andre Gonzales, 222, 234 for A.J. Rice. Going into the second game, A.J. Rice will be leading off the second game with a 12-pin lead in the match. Another 4-6 split by A.J. Rice. Back-to-back 4-6 splits, very unusual. Covers the one, tries to kick it out, but it stays in the pit. Gonzales now up on the right-hand lane here at Woodhaven Bolorama. Once again in the Metro Detroit USBC Masters tournament. This being the 60th annual Masters tournament of the Detroit Association. Started back in 1964. Again, we've had a number of champions over the years. Again, Andre Gonzales is the defending champion. There was a strike here in the first. Got an 11-pin lead. He's erased 11 of those 12 he was down at the end of the first game. Andre Gonzales now up on the left-hand lane. Double for Andre. Extends his lead in this game to 21 pins. A.J. Rice now up on the right-hand lane. That was a pretty good ball. Doesn't leave a 4-6, but he does leave a 7-pin. And misses it by throwing it in the gutter. Very uncharacteristic. A.J. Rice now up on lane 13 here at Woodhaven. Working on 2 open frames. There's a little light shot, but it all goes down. Again, Andre Gonzales with a commanding lead early in this game. But again, it's early. He came into this game as a 12-pin deficit for the match after losing 234 to 222 in the first game. Gonzales comes up high and leaves the 2-4. Got a 30-pin lead. And nice spare by Andre. Again, Andre up by 30 pins in this game, up by 18 overall in the match at this point, through 3 frames in the second game. Comes high, leaves the 2, 4, 7, 10. Makeable split. A little bit of a surprise after as well as he'd been bowling. Came high now 2 frames in a row. Got hit on the left side of that 2-pin, shoot the 2-pin over into the 10. Comes wide, gets 2. Gives A.J. Wright an opportunity to get back into this game. Working on a strike. Comes wide, leaves the 3-pin. Does kind of cut into the lead. He's down by 14 now. Very tight match. Only 2 pins differential on the match. Gonzales up by 2 in the match, up by 14 in the game. Kind of looks like he kind of came around the ball a little bit. Leaves a 9-pin, comes up light. Boy, he really had an opportunity to make a statement. Not that he had a split, but a couple of strikes there would have been really nice for him. Good cover by A.J. Gonzales, after that last 2 frames where he came high 2 frames in a row, and his failure to complete that 2, 4, 7, 10 split in the last frame, he's coming off that right now. Let's see how he responds. Comes up high again and leaves a 2-4. He's left a 2-4 twice now in 3 frames, and the 2, 4, 7, 10 split in the frame in between those. Looks like Gonzales is having a little trouble keeping it off the head pin, and A.J. Rice is having a little trouble getting it up to the head pin. Both men very experienced. Obviously, adjustments need to be made. You know, they're using the same equipment, so there's no adjustment in the equipment for either one of the players. Just a little bit of a tweak for each one. Gonzales now comes up late, kind of overcorrected, and leaves the 3-7 split. Got to shoot that 3-pin across to the, take out the 7. Has a 13-pin lead, but he needs to keep that lead with covering this. Misses both of them. Once again, A.J. Rice has the opportunity to take a lead in the match. Here in the 6th frame of the decisive second game of the Metro Detroit USBC Masters. AJ comes up high, so he made an adjustment also, and instead of being late, he came up high. Both men are kind of battling the transition, I believe, with both of them on that left-hand side of the lane. You know, transition does happen. Looks like they're playing the lanes very similar, but there may be a slight differential in their path to the pocket, which may be causing the transition for each other. All right, AJ throws a strike. He's now down by 2 pins in this game, but up by 10 in the match. As you can see, we had a pin in the gutter in front of the sweep. Shane Cannell, our mechanic here at Woodhaven Lane, just went down there and cleared that out for the players with no delay in the game. Great job, Shane. Andre Gonzales now. Let's see what kind of adjustment he can make. A.J. Rice made his final adjustment in that last ball with that strike. Let's see what Gonzales does. He comes late and leaves the 3-pin. Once again, Gonzales is coming out of the winner's bracket. He's undefeated today during match play competition. Coming into this game, he's already bowled 8 games today. This being the 9th and 10th game. Nice spare by Gonzales. Down by 2, or up by 2 pins in this game. Down by 10 in the match. Both players have completed 7 frames. Gonzales now up in the 8th frame. Gonzales steps away, trying to refocus himself. He's had 5 frames in a row where he's failed to strike, and kind of in adjusting back and forth. First he was high, high, high. Then he's been light, light the last 2 frames. Not that time, though. Got a big strike. Needed that one big time. Set him up for the end of this match. AJ right now down by 2 pins in this game and up by 10 in the match. Working on a strike, and he can turn that around. He can increase his lead to 12 pins with a strike right here. Correction, he can increase his lead to 8 pins with a strike right here. And he carries it. Looks like he's made his adjustment. Ever so slight adjustments sometimes on a challenging condition like we have are so critical. A.J. Rice now up in the 9th frame. Comes a little high, leaves the 6-pin, and the messenger can't quite knock it over. So Gonzales has a max score of 208 in this game, and Rice has a max score of 195. If both men were to strike out, Gonzales would be the champion by 1 pin. So it's got an exciting finish to this match. Gonzales working on a strike here. Again, down by 7 pins in this game. 19 overall. But a strike here will cut that deficit by 10. Comes high, leaves the 6-pin. Gonzales has a max score now of 188. Gonzales up in the 10th frame, both men working on spares in the 9th. So it looks like it's going to be whoever performs best in the 10th frame is going to win this match. First strike for Gonzales. Still down by 7 pins in the game and 19 in the match. Looks like we're going to probably go to a final, to an overtime match. We'll see how this turns out, though. Oh, Gonzales throws it. 2 pins fight to fight each other to try to take out that 6-pin. It's final score for Andre Gonzales, 178, 400 for the 2 games. A.J. Rice has virtually got this match sewed up, and we'll go to overtime, and we'll move to lanes 17 and 18 here at Woodhaven Lanes.